Shalom. Kohala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rahakwadash. Yahweh will be the true name of the Heavenly Father. Bahashem means in the name. Yahweh Shai will be the true name of the Son of the Heavenly Father, who the world knows Jesus Christ. But his true name is Yahweh Shai. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and the other bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the Lord's elect, teaching in truth, sincerity, and diligence for the sake of Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. Yeah, for many different growing concerns here in the earth, one major concern is going to come into the minds of these people. It's how psychotic this environment is going to get. And not just between, your neighbors or, just a fellow American, but even amongst your family members, friendships. These things is going to be torn apart here in this society. You see, because America is more of a crash out society more than a family-oriented friendship vibration type of society. You see, and even considering the days ahead, where the Lord has warned of perilous times, man, in which these perilous times is ultimately going to complement the love of many waxing cold. You see, pretty much going back into being psychotic. And these are the things that you're going to experience on full display, especially in these times. And this is why the Lord tell you to walk circumspectly, because the days are evil, man. You see? And you're not going to have pleasure, in these times. You see, real quick, this is 2 Timothy 3 and verse 1. It says, this know also, that in the last days, perilous times shall come. You see, and it's notable that we're living in the last days, you see. And you can even see from how difficult things is getting, how on edge and how bugged out people are, man. People are more mad than they were ever before. You see, everybody's frustrated. Everybody's on edge. Nothing is going nobody's way. You see, and it's only a matter of time before you see that spirit of the love of many waxing cold and even more crash out scenarios. You see, just going into that word perilous. It says here the root word etymology through the ideal of reducing the strength. See, and when you consider America, the resources in this place, the convenience, things is reducing, man. And people is going to respond to not having things like they once used to. Yeah, it says hard to do, to take, and to approach, hard to bear. Yeah, because the resources is going to become more expensive, but yet your money is going to lose more and more value. You see? It says hard to bear, troublesome, dangerous, harsh, fierce, and savage, man. Yeah, it's going to become fierce, harsh, savage, and even dangerous out here. From the events that's taking place and even from this place reducing, man. People not as happy as they used to be. Relationships, people not falling in love anymore. You see, so they're just leaving a society of vexation, man. People just out here in this society vexed. You see? And you're going to start to see that very harsh spirit, on full display. You see? But just to continue on in the NLT, verse 2, it says, for people will love only themselves and their money. They will be boastful and proud, scoffing at the Most High, disobedient to their parents. Yeah, and it's even going to get to a point where they're going to be killing their parents, over disagreements, over offenses. Things probably 10 years ago would have got blown over. You would have told the nigga, man, this your mama, man. You don't talk to her like that. And the nigga kind of calmed down. But no, we at the point now where disobedience is at a height. Nigga kill his mama, man. You had that song come out, I want to kill my mom, I want to kill my dad, I want to kill my grandma, and that was just a vibration that was pushed throughout this society, in which that spirit has entered into a lot of people, man. But it's going to take for a certain event to come forth in the earth that's going to draw that spirit out. Yeah, it says disobedient to their parents, ungrateful. They would consider nothing sacred, you see, and nothing is considered sacred here in this society, man. You're having people having sex in public. This shit's sick down here in America, man. Nigga lusting after your wife. It was a young Jake down here in Birmingham. Nigga had a skit that kind of went viral on social media where he was in a mall and he walked down on this couple, man. And this nigga gonna tell the woman husband that he like his wife. You see? And then got to talking shit to the man. But yet, if that man would have killed him in that store, that would have been a righteous act, man. You see, because these niggas don't consider nothing sacred. Marriage is sacred, man. You don't fuck with nobody wife. You see? But yet, this is America, man. This is a crash out society. And this is why death is going to spiral out of control here, man. But it going to say they would be ungrateful and unforgiving. They will slander others and have no self-control. And this is this society in a nutshell, man. This place doesn't practice self-control. You're more so prone to crashing out and making an impulsive, rash decision that's going to cause permanent pain, man. You see? Over something that it is nothing, man. You know, that was nothing. That could have blew over within a few minutes, but you took it there because the people here in this society, they lack self-control. You know? And this is why this truth is so beautiful, because the Lord, he teaches us self-control. You know, he tell you that smooth words turn away wrath. A man that is slow to anger, you know, I believe it say they can conquer a city, something like that. You know, tells you that you shouldn't be a man without like a city with no walls. You see, and this is pretty much America, man. You know, niggas are impulsive here, but just to continue on, it says they would have no self-control. They would be cruel and hate what is good. And it's these people, man, they're cruel, man. They will betray their friends, be reckless, be puffed up with pride, and love pleasure rather than the Most High. You see, and even when you consider the so-called blacks, Latino, Native American Indians, well, this is a spirit that's on full display with them, because they you know, this is a nation that's laden with iniquity. And when you consider the 2/3, man, you know, you understand why they got to be cast into the fire. You see, because these niggas don't reason amongst themselves, man. You know, it's fin for a nigga to be destroyed. You see, real quick, this is Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 4. It says, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers. You see, and this is Jake, man. These niggas are a seed of evildoers. You see, it's so much so where in the ancient world, people knew who the prophets was, so they knew how to pretty much present themselves. They knew what spirit that they had to move in. They can pretty much fake the funk. But here in this lifetime, you don't know who the prophet is, so you're really just prone to show your ass, man. You can only do what interests you, and the things that interest you is everything that the Lord hates. You see? So you showing yourself to be this seed of evildoers and even children of corrupters. Yeah, it says they have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are going away backwards. And this is why you have a time called Jacob's trouble, where the Lord is going to BTA your ass, man. Put that belt to your ass, man. Through the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, and a lot of plethora of events where Jacob is going to be getting destroyed for how you operate here in the earth. You see, Esau, the so-called white man, through this American system, he told you that it was do as thou wilt, man. You can do whatever the hell you want to do on the earth. Love is love. You know, you can eat what you want to eat, but yet the things that you do have consequences. And, you know, your outcome of your life is the consequence to your actions. You see? And it says, why should you be stricken anymore? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. You see? And where the head go, your ass follow. So if the head is sick, well, everything that comes after your steps is going to be none but perverse ways, man. You see? And this is ultimately why the Lord has to destroy the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, which consists of a large number, a large amount of people, because your ways is just defiled, man. You know, the Lord even tell you how you do worse than your fathers. You see, and you will have a nigga that think he on a level. He'll say, yeah, you know, I pray to my forefathers, you know, yeah, the ancestors hear me. But the Lord tell you worse than them. You see? Because even going back, your forefathers knew who the prophets was. So when the prophets came around, they wasn't, you know, just all out with it, man. But because you don't know who the prophets is, you just wear it all out. Yeah, just going here. This is Jeremiah 16 and verse 16 to get to the point. It's like you. Jeremiah 16 and verse 12. It says, and ye have done, matter of fact, just verse 11. It says, then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, said the Lord, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law, and ye have done worse than your fathers. You see, because hey, you done worse than your fathers. At least your fathers knew that they was Israelites, so they knew they knew what the Lord expected from them. They actually knew how to be righteous, man. But as for you in these times, you are completely forsaken. You have completely forsaken the Lord, so you don't even know which way to turn to be righteous. Your highest form of righteousness is going to the Christian church. You see? And even in that, the fact that you are a part of the Christian church, you doing worse than your forefathers. You completely forsaken the Lord and served another God, man. Yep, it says, for behold, ye walk every one after the imaginations of his evil heart, that they may not hearken unto me, you see, in which, yeah, you don't hearken unto the Lord. Because when the prophets come and correct you, you know, you got some bullshit to say back, man. And this is why you look the way you look in the earth. You're killing your parents. You're killing each other over stupid shit. And it ain't going to get better for you, man. It's actually going to get way worse than what you're seeing now. And the Lord is going to destroy you in the end. You see? So all the clout that you're chasing, you know, the fame, you know, the looks that you're chasing, that shit really means nothing, because the Lord is going to destroy you in the end because of the wickedness that you commit here in the earth. And you don't even care for it, man. You see? But even just to go into a few articles to show how Jake was smitten with madness here in these times. It says here, man dies moments after killing his mom following altercations at their family home, only to be killed by his brother, Slakia. Only to be killed by his older sibling, who opened fire in self-defense after he turned this fire on towards him. You see, and this is what you call being smitten with madness, man. Nigga bugging out, you know, having no self-control, being disobedient to his parents, and ultimately being cruel, man. And this nigga, he looked like a fucking bug out. He looked like a nigga that'll yell at his mama and up the fire on him, man. You know, and end up getting killed by his brother. But the Lord tell you that how your foes was going to be dead of your own household, your enemies was going to be dead of your own household, so you can look for more accounts like this to take place, in which this is a thing that constantly happens. And this is why we need Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua to come back, man, and destroy this place. Because this is happening because America is taking root in the earth. You know, you ain't going to be doing things like this in the kingdom. You're not going to even have a gun, you know, a weapon in the kingdom of heaven, man. You see? You ain't going to have situations where you feel like you got to crash out, man. You know? But to continue on, it says here, fight over stolen blunt. It led to fatal Birmingham shooting. Detectives testified, man. You see, yeah, a deadly shooting at a Birmingham triplex resulted from a dispute over marijuana, according to court testimony. You see, and even in the kingdom, you're not gonna have to smoke. You're not gonna have to have a fix or, you know, knock the edge off. We're not gonna have these moments, man. But this shows you why the Lord has to destroy America and ultimate black culture, man. Because this is some shit that can only stem out of black culture. You know, you getting killed over probably a gram, you know. Nigga had a gram of skinny blunt roll, and you got killed over because you tried to take it or something. Whatever the fuck it may be, man. You know, all we know is stupid, bro. You see? And this is just the nature of our people, man. You'll have a nigga in the comment, man, they just put us back 10 years. No, the fact that you are African American puts you back in the earth, man. Because this is the nature of an African American. When you forsook the Lord and you took on these corporate names, well, this is the kind of behavior that came with being an African American. There ain't no reason amongst African Americans Niggas just die over dumb shit, man. You see? But yet, hey, this is why the Lord has a season called Jacob's Trouble to clean all this up. And not only Jacob's Trouble, but World War III, where the Lord is going to burn you niggas up, man. You see? You can't, look, the only way the nation of Israel would come back is if you got to kill off these niggas, man. You see? Oh, the Lord, real quick. Let's see. Yeah, because if it went for the Lord leaving that remnant, it's like, bear with me real quick. Oh, yep. Matter of fact, let's just get this one. This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse. Yeah, maybe start at verse 20. It says, it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. Yeah, you see, and this is how the remnant escape, by way of this truth. You escape the mindset of an American, in which that's a mindset that's hard to defeat. You see, black culture is a mindset that's hard to defeat. And it ultimately has to be Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that pulls you out of that darkness, man. You see? But you can see only a remnant was going to come out of that state of mind. Yeah, verse 21, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. Yeah, you see? Only a remnant was going to return to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and worship the Lord in truth and really denounce black culture, Hispanic culture, Native Indian culture, Haitian culture, Jamaican culture, Puerto Rican culture, all that bullshit that the so-called white man Esau Edom gave us, man, that really deconstructed us as a nation. You see? Because we are sovereign people. You know, we got laws. We got standards that we supposed to be operating in here in the earth, man. You see? But when you look at these niggas, man, you everything what not to be in the earth. You see? Don't nobody want to deal with you niggas, man. That's why you have a thing called black fatigue. You see? And it's just a build up to Esau Edom coming down with having great wrath on you niggas and it being justified. But yet, this is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that's bringing forth these events into the earth so that prophecy can be fulfilled, you know, and ultimately acknowledged. You see? But yet, I can pray that you was edified, giving honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rahakwa Dash. Lord, went to this video. Shalom.